Hello, and welcome here to Arc Arena. Today we are joined by Monarch from Goth. She's going to be co-casting with us as a color commentator today. We are on SMDM AA Network. Now, looking at this layout, what are you thinking here for either team?
So, Axis looks like their markers are pretty much correct. They want to be taking that hill on the west side. If only for, it's a good Overwatch position. Really, it's a really needed control point for AA for both teams. So yeah, markers are looking about right.
No recon that I can see opener here for the Axis. It's going to be a medium and a light tank start with 3 transport trucks, a supply truck with the recon, and Black Shooter as the commander for the Axis, getting some friendly Garys up on SMDM. That's actually a huge point there for the Axis. That's going to be very, very easy to defend if they do lose the first point. So it'll be interesting to see how this fight for the mid goes. You can see a lot of rockets coming off on the start, not really connecting with anything. Going for the
best, it looks like.
Yeah, going for the Hail Mary rockets right there, not connecting with anyone. Gonna have to work on those rocket snipes a little bit. Pretty much all of them missing right there.
Ooh, nice.
Finally getting one, but I mean, that's just padding the stats. Nobody was in that transport truck.
No.
Gunrun's gonna miss on the trench on the backside. Edline actually making a push into the point right here, picking up a few kills. Oh, he gets taken out right away as the Axis do start to make some cap progress onto point. Allies not really winning any of those crucial first trades here. You can see that they don't have control over the wheat field. Oh my god, that artillery just wiped out a whole squad there. Magnet still has position there. Not winning on the west side either.
They're making a hard push forward though, which is good on them.
Yeah, Circle with Arc together making a push right here. However, our defensive position is just too strong here for DC and Arc on the opposite side. 60% cap progress coming out. That medium in an interesting position, honestly, for the Panzer IV. I don't often see the Panzer IV playing on that west side. Usually he'll be somewhere on behind point on AA network. But it looks like they do have a beat onto this medium tank. Oof. Down it goes.
Good shot.
Tough opener here for the Allies. They're definitely going to be losing the start of this one as... oh, we got a little light tank battle on the north side. Or sorry, on the west side here. Stewart looks like he's on a good position here. One more shot into the back. It should be enough.
Yeah.
Oh, do they both go down? No, Stewart's up here, taking some shots. HLPL Stewart wins the battle of the light tanks, but you know, the team overall losing that midpoint. Now with the almost getting picked off by that second one. I don't know how he missed that rocket, honestly. I'd be a little salty if I was him. So Allies do lose the midpoint here. Checking out the map, what do the Allies kind of have to do to stabilize this and come back into this one?
So I think they definitely need to make that push on the hill on the west, come from Gardens, keep pushing south. It's such a key area to have. Gives you Overwatch, gives you really strong position, garrison setup, OP setup, all of that kind of stuff all really comes together in that point. And straight north of AA, where all the infantry marks are now, that's a really good place to push from. You can push down the road into the field. You can back up your guys who are going to be on the hill. That kind of thing. Really important places to be.
Yeah, I really do love I'm a lover of the wheat fields. Wheat fields are it's so good for camouflage. Like, of course, from up here in the overhead view, it looks like it's easy to see people. But once you get down to that wheat field, you can't see anything. And speaking of something going on in the backside here, the Stewart's actually pulling up to point. all alone. Maybe looking for a chance to snipe out some... Hold the phone. That's not a Stuart. That's a Greyhound. So will he be able to spot out the Panzer IV? No, he's just shelling infantry. I don't think he can see the Panzer IV. Oh, that's just really unfortunate, actually. That would be a huge win, though, for the Allies if they could trade that Panzer IV out now. This Greyhound's going to be pushing straight into friendly, Axis infantry, so he's probably going to get marked out fairly soon. Actually see one of the HLPL players already rotating here. Don't know if he'll be able to get a shot off. Greyhound's definitely going to pressure here on the side, though, and if he can take down that garrison that they have... Do they even have a garrison? We can quickly check the map. Yeah, they do. He's not going to be going for it, though. Oof. Pushing straight into point. Very, very dangerous play from the circled Greyhound here.
Probably looking for OPs or the garrison if they can get it.
They're going to run face into... Ooh, a little mistake from the driver there. Might just have saved the Greyhound's life. They're going to be running straight into this Panzer IV, though. Panzer IV is actually running away from this one.
Yeah, I don't think they know about each other.
Oh, they must. There's a marker there. It's being pinged out now. Wojtek from the backside should have an easy takedown on. There it goes. Unfortunate little play. I think really that crew's probably just going to translate into a 76. So they were just going to throw away that recon tank early. That didn't really seem like they were playing for the long run right there.
Yeah, it's a good play, especially when you've got a heavy tank ready. You can just go in, destroy a bunch of spawns, and wreck as much as you can.
What do you... So this is a little thing that I've asked a few tankers. What's your opinion on tanks? So say, as a commander, say you're commander, and you have a tanking crew that has a medium. They've survived. They have a heavy. Would you be open to them rotating out, maybe getting the defenders on the point, or two people from attacking squad to make an additional tank squad to take over that medium and let them rotate for a heavy? Do you tell them to yeet it and lose it as fast as possible? What's your idea around that suggestion?
So, for me, I try the tanks tend to have their own way of playing. So I think it really depends on what you're after. So if your medium's got plenty of ammo, it's in a really good spot, and they're kind of holding back the enemy or like really like doing some damage, I just leave them where they are, because even though they haven't got the heavy tank, if they're still, pulling their weight, then I just leave them. But if they're low on ammo or they're struggling or something like that, then yeah, I definitely say, right, I've got a heavy tank ready for you, just throw that one in, come get the new one.
All right, well, speaking of the medium here from the Axis side, they're actually pushing very aggressively right here in. We have a POV of Curdy. We're going to hop quickly on board with him right now.
Jedź,
Mamy.
jedź przód lewo. Tak, przód lewo, bo na C180 jedziemy na dupę. Tam gdzie byli.
To była Pantera?
All right, I don't know if you caught that, ladies and gentlemen, but just getting on to the back end of that, the POV of this little Stuart right here with Assman, they take out the Panther. That's crazy. Yesterday in SLB, it was a Puma taking out a 76. Today, it is a Stuart taking out a Panther. If you're a commander, how does that make you feel on your team? Does that completely deflate the game for you, Monarch? How are you feeling after that happens?
I think it's just one of those things where you're like, you know, if someone could have just seen it or said something, or maybe the tank didn't react fast enough. It's just one of those like, oh, like not quite disheartening, but you're just like, oh my gosh, like how could this happen?
Yeah. Now I'm not 100% sure. I believe that the Stuart got the last hit, but quite possibly it could have been a few front shots and then the Panther fell back from the 76. We did see the 76 retreating also kind of on the other side of things over here. Oh, no. That 76 has a satchel on it. Does it? Yes, it does. Down it goes. So even Stevens in the end. Alex from the Greyhound going to get the satchel down. And at the end of the day, that's not a huge problem. You're going to trade the kill back right away. Whew. A little sketchy though. I mean, props to the Stuart for getting the kill there, but it kind of sucks. And that's down to the commander's situational awareness, because you're in the middle of a field. I don't know how you can miss the satchel coming out. Maybe the crew got taken out when the commander did the run out to try and defend. But I'd think at least the 76 should be able to defend itself from that.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of give and takes again. A tank needs its infantry near it. I mean, it's kind of a meme at this point where, you know, tanks need infantry support, but it's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we have a medium pushing up the mid right here. It's going to be the red medium, looking to support infantry off the point. I believe that's the only tank on the field right now. We can quickly check the map and find out for you. There's another Panther coming up from DC crew, and a recon tank spawned in. Looking at the map here from the Axis side, does anything stand out for you? Anything they could be doing here, setting up for the next maybe attack onto Bricord?
I think they're doing the right thing. They've got a pretty strong front line. They've got guys in their back line checking out, you know, if anything that's going on. I think they're doing the correct thing. What they really want to be doing is heavily pushing for gardens. As much as it's an important point for the three mid caps, for Bricord Battery and cattle sheds, again, it's just as important to hold, have a garrison there. It's almost cliche, but that point is so strong for this whole map. You need control of it.
Mm-hmm. Hold the phone, because Alex sneaking off the backside after his takedown on the 76 is pushing straight into gardens from the backside here. Now, he doesn't have a satchel. I don't believe he has a satchel. I don't think he respawned. I think he just fully rotated in, but he still could be very dangerous off the backside here, clearing out OPs, spotting garrisons too.
Yeah, and one guy alone can stop that whole push coming out from gardens just on his own.
Mm-hmm. So you can see on the left side, I think the DC OP's in the trench there on the left. He's going to be pushing up slowly with the STG-44 here. Oh, there is some more members of the circle. Grenade's going to go out. Let's see if Alex here from the backside can kind of change the course of this battle.
Yeah, I mean, for the DC squad that's there, it's important for them to, you know, especially the squad leader, check their maps.
Oh, beautiful AP mine there is going to shut that down.
Nice. Yeah, they've got to check their maps, make sure they're watching their spawn, especially for things like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. Artillery is landing. That AP mine is so brutal. It's a lot safer to go through the trenches there, but if Alex had just pushed on the outside, he would have been able to overrun that OP without getting blown up. Of course, hindsight is 2020. Not a lot of luck here from the Axis pushing out on this side, though. You can see they're getting pushed back. DC on DC action right here. some new DC recruits into this one with a little help from a medium tank at the bottom of our screen right now. That medium is still up and shelling the point. If you're the allies pushing in here, what are you looking to do? I think they're doing some things right. You can see, well, that artillery shell deletes a bunch of them, but they have control over the wheat field. I think this is probably one of the most important places to have control here. Now, how do they translate this into cap progress?
So I think it really takes a coordinated push. So the guys coming out of gardens right now really need to try and take over that little compound, and then they can just kind of like pinch out the Axis side just by slowly pushing forward. You know, take their spawns. If they can get someone in on their Gary or an AT shot on their garrison, that'll really kind of wreck that defense going on in AA network.
Yeah, and they did use their bombing run a little earlier while we were on the POV of the tank, and it did miss completely on gardens. It's probably on about a 5 to 6 minute cooldown now. Finally, another Panther pulling up on the west side as the commander drops a strafing run. What's your opinion on strafing runs? I see them used a lot, and honestly, I feel like they don't give me the value for the cost. I hardly ever use them when I command. What is your opinion on them?
I don't really use them. I tend to only use them. They're kind of like a break glass in case of emergency, just because they're relatively cheap. They're only 150 munitions. So if you've got something like a garrison that is really important, but there's no one around to protect it and it goes hot, you can drop one on just for the chance that you can save it and get guys spawning on it still.
100%. I've seen that happen before. It's happened on this channel, and it looks crazy when it happens.
Yeah, I got some guys a few times like that before. It's definitely a good feeling when you can get a strafing run kill.
Yeah, especially if they're like on the Gary and it makes it go live again. Oh,
yeah. Satisfying.
Very, very much so. Looks like TL Squad's doing some good work though in preventing the flank from 126 and HTD here. Inferno on the front line, a really good shooter from TL, probably honestly one of the best on the team. Oh, he studies at the Ninja Pulver School of Bush Camping. I see in the bush here,
taking some heads,
holding down the flank. Big spawn waves coming up from 126 though. It's difficult. Yeah, I'd love to see more of them trying to push instead of all of them kind of on the same axis here. Some of them going in different places on the point. Ooh, there's some rocket already coming out.
Ooh, almost.
Almost. Wow. That was a crazy long range shot right there coming out from I would say Artie. No, that second one not even close. Missing. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's a kind of group mind mentality here, but I don't see the purpose of all of these guys kind of pushing the same way. I'd love to see them flip the script a little bit and maybe try and find different places in the wheat field to push onto the point itself, and maybe have some more people flanking back on the backside here instead of just kind of all doing the same thing.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if you could bring them around a bit more, that would just make their front line on the ally side really strong, because there's no gaps then for anyone to fall through or go from behind.
Ghost Recon on the backside, gonna get the garrison takedown. Unfortunately, he goes down. Soul Raver's gonna whip out his pocket watch and just drop another one. At the same time here, the Panther does a number on the push, is gonna stop it in his tracks. It's really unfortunate there. There wasn't any follow-up from the rest of the squad. Very unfortunate.
Really well there.
That was a solo effort from his squad lead. Unfortunately, he couldn't get behind and get an OP up or anything to kind of secure that. Now, going all the way down onto the west side here, we can see Timmy Lee from the circle going up against the Goff squad here of Tango, Mick Jordan, and Edline.
Go on, guys. I'm rooting for you.
Timmy Lee's bush camping on a tight angle here. It's going to be hard for Tango to spot this one out. Oh, Tango's going to go through. Oh, there's no break there. Timmy Lee. Nope. Ooh. Oh. Edline, though, follows it up. I don't think Tango knew he was there. But Edline with the quick response there. There is a 76 over here on this flank defending also. And artillery. So Allies definitely putting a high priority on this flank. Don't want to let you know, that's one of the things. Like this house over here, this broken house, is something you really don't want to let people, especially the axes, get to, because it can be a thorn in the side of Bricord in terms of pressure.
Oh yeah, like if you bring up the map now, we can watch the push on Bricord. That left road and right road, those are your two biggest avenues. So you want to take the left road and you want to take the road on Gardens and use those to again pinch them out of Bricord Battery. That'll give you a huge advantage on the access side in terms of getting that 4th point.
Yeah, I really love this position right here. It's tough to defend if you only have OPs here and they do take behind you, but I love getting position across here and pushing into point.
Yeah, and again on the defense, if you can get some MGs, 1 or 2 MGs in those buildings, you know, that you're going to really struggle to get there.
Second bombing run drops, this time on the opposite axis, onto the little hamlet. Now it's followed up by a push from 126. They've rotated a little bit to the north side and are pushing directly south to point. Not getting a whole lot off of that one though. Henry, Henry has got a few frags right here. I don't know if that's a triple kill off of Henry, but he's pushed right into the backside here. Is there still a garrison up? No, doesn't look like there's anything here. Checking the map quickly to see. No, nothing. This is completely clear now. However,
yeah, bombing run must have got it.
Yeah, but there's no position and no squad leads. The Axis have traded their rear position for a more advanced position, and unfortunately Henry's an assault. He's not going to have the ability to put OPs up. That's a little rough there. Now we're about 26 minutes into this one. What are you thinking here? Can the Allies maybe pull an airhead on the back here? I don't see a lot of defense. Actually, I do now. Holy smokes, this is going to be tough. What would you do if you're the Allies commander? If you put on those pants for a second right here, how would you assault this point now? They've tried a few times. They don't have a bombing run now for a bit of a timing. Do you kind of let it sit back and wait? Do you go for an airhead play once you have those assets again? What are you thinking?
I think an airhead play on SMDM can be kind of tough just because where do you put it? You can put it in a wheat field, and it's kind of tough to find by the enemy team. But there's only so many wheat fields, even though on this map there's quite a lot.
Yeah, there is quite a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a lot on this map, but kind of really can only do so much with the airheads just because they're really visible. So you could put one quite far south, like 2 squares in, if you can, into the enemy team. Oh, Rafi.
Yeah, Rafi. Let's go on board with Rafi right now. Check out his POV and see how he's doing in this one.
Oh, nice.
Yo!
Bro, we need you to calm Aztec down. Can you give him a speech or something?
My friend, Gary up, G.
Mayday.
That's Mr. Aztec. He's struggling right now. He needs you. And you're not here.
Well,
I hit somebody.
Have to be in the game.
There's some body cards.
Did you get the garrison out, Tuna?
Nope.
Did you get the garrison on like so?
No.
Behind
There was a guy, I don't know if I killed him or not.
I'm dead. Somebody close to me here. Towards the hill.
George,
Yeah.
Panther.
Oh, I got the garrison.
Thank you.
I got the guy in the middle.
This one. Yeah, Rafi going down there. So yeah, the Allies are attacking from the east side here. I usually like to put my airheads on the west or like opposite to try and get a pincer effect or make a decision from the defenders. What do you think of the possibility of maybe a Stewart coming out and assisting the circle squad in the rotation over? And have you ever considered getting secondary squad leads to ride on the top of a Stewart to deploy them in faster into a position?
I think it can be effective in terms of trying to get squad leaders in a good position. But generally, if you want us to try and get a backline squad leader in, just let them run on their own. They're much less noticeable. They can kind of sneak through the lines much easier than a tank could. Because even if the tank got to where the squad leaders need to be, everyone knows where they are.
True, but I'll add a little asterisk to that. The tank dismounts the squad leads and then keeps on rotating through the point. So it draws that attention away from the dismount and goes towards like another point. Say he rotates around the backside of point and starts creating chaos on point. And then you have those two squad leads attacking with kind of a lane carved out where the attention is now shifting away from you. It's something I'm going to start doing in my games. Ever since the Core versus HDD game, I don't know if you watched that game, if you saw it.
No, I didn't get
But
around to it.
Essentially, a Stewart got around the backside and got onto point and almost got 30 to 40% cap. Now, if I was saying at the time, if that Stewart had 2 infantry squad leads on it, dismounted them, and then they put OPs and got rotations in, you know, SDB would have come back and at least taken that point. So that's my mission now, is to start trying to utilize those tactics in live games.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Speaking of tactics in live games here, 20 and 30% cap progress coming out. Precision strike going in right now. Onto point. Was that for the garrison here on the backside?
Yeah, you can use them for that.
Yeah, I don't usually see them often going to be used for that, but it looks like they did take out. Oh well, no, actually, no, that's not enough space. Not at all enough space. So there's definitely not a Gary there. So kind of a waste of a precision strike. Cap progress also falling on the front here. 126 is really trying to stuff this front line, but I don't see them having any kind of tank pressure to come in with this one too.
Yeah, if they could just get the pressure on the east side a bit more, I think that would really kind of ramp things up against the defense. Just because you can see the CM guys in the trenches there, you can just squish them out if you have a good enough push from the east side there.
Yeah, actually, what the Allies are doing, they've rotated pretty far behind, and they've created quite an investment back here. It looks like they're chasing a Panther. But they are fighting for control of the western little hamlet here. Dreeve is the only one left from the defenders here. This is a lot of bodies in one spot here. If I was Dreeve, I wish I had a satchel right now, honestly. He's going off right now, though. 3 kills already. 4. Oh, no. Dreeve popping off for DC here, clearing this out by himself. Think he might have just got an OP2. I saw a little smoke.
Oh, no, they're dead.
Yeah, that is not good at all. You can see, okay.
Looks like they got 2 OPs there, though. It's a pretty strong position to be in.
Yeah. Finally going down. There is actually a 76 here. It's playing super conservative on the back line right here. Just shelling straight into point. And honestly, I don't mind this from the 76, as it's not really, there's not really any place you can go from here where you have a lot of control. Now, looking at the scoreboard right now, we have a cap race coming out, about 30% for both teams here on AA. That was stalled briefly. Looks like just the Allies maybe winning this trade a little bit. We're going over to Bricord Battery here, and the Allies on point look to have stopped this cap. Looked like it was just Timmy Lee and LJT here in the recon. Oof. Big redeploy though coming out to stall that in its tracks. Coming back over to the midpoint right now. Allies seem to be doing everything right. Oh my God. As the whole squad goes down to a Stewart. Was that a friendly fire incident? What?
I think it was artillery, wasn't it?
It must have been artillery. Okay, I'm tripping. Apologies. Artillery hitting correct, though. That OP has been scoped in and is getting deleted right now. Let's see if it happens again. The Allies, you know, they've done kind of what you were saying here. They did rotate. They did take the hamlet on the west side. They are pushing on the east side here.
Yeah, I mean, look at the back there on the south. That road, if you can get guys on that road from the Ally side, on the kind of like southwest road out of AA, that can be really annoying because that's generally where you're going to have your garrisons off point. So you can find yourself losing your infrastructure very quickly. If you don't deal with that problem. Speaking of losing very quickly, Ghost Recon here is in a very good spot to prevent Axis from reinforcing this point. Let's see what he does from this position. That's like the beautiful spot you can be in though on that backside, just deny. And you can see here Hellbro's actually pushed into the trench here. Does go down. Did he get a satchel off? I don't see sparks anywhere. The Axis are really up against the wall right here. I'm surprised this Stewart hasn't pushed in and cleared this out. Bro, Nico actually... Ooh. Nades flying into the trench right here. It's very, very close. One shot from that Stewart should be able to take out the OP. They just haven't been able to stick it properly. Yeah,
Cap
they just
prog-
get a bit more pressure on that east side. You can just squeeze them out of those trenches eventually. There's only so many places you can
Oh,
hide.
here comes QQ with a satchel. Oh my god, he pops up for a second. Gonna place the satchel down. Okay, this should be the end here as the Stewart goes down. QQ is gonna try to be the hero with a grease gun. Doesn't get anything done, but this satchel, what do you think? Does it take out the Garrison and everybody on point here?
It might not take out the Garrison. It's got a 20-meter radius, so we'll see.
Unfortunately, Lazy Pab is on point. There's a squad leader now. Important for Ghost Recon to take the takedown here onto him, so no other Garys can be
Ooh,
deployed.
got the
Yeah.
Garrison.
Down it goes. There is a Panther on point, and the artillery is hammering this back trench where the spawns are coming in from the OPs. So we'll see if they're able to keep it up. Yeah, no, that's going to be difficult. Sopranos looks to maybe rotate onto that one. Lazy's going to look to also get a new Gary up on the backside here. And honestly, it looks like the allies have been pushed off a point here. They're still kind of flowing into point, but as this is happening, we're seeing some substantial cap progress on the backside. Of course, as I say that, it ends immediately. I think right now it's just a 6v6. Possibly Timmy Lee may be rotating his offensive squad in Magnet. Same thing with his defensive squad here. I've been speaking about this a little bit on the stream for a while now. I consistently say that 6 is great, but you really need at least 12 in terms of 2 squad leads in terms of capping a point. What's your opinion on the right numbers for that?
Well, I think it kind of depends very heavily on kind of what you're doing. I mean, 6 can be enough if you've got, good skilled guys who know how to hold their lanes, hold their angles, and really kind of force out the other team, even if they've only got a 6-man squad on defense. Looks like a Garrison up there. There's several guys there now.
Yeah, if we check the map really quick, we can see Deep Garrison has been placed. Not the smartest idea to try to run through the open field, and they're learning that the hard way. Ramari is going to pick off a few right there and force Elva here and the rest of the lemmings who are following the train onto point to go through cover. Ramari picking up another angle here. Sorry about that.
Go on, Ramari. Get him.
There we go.
Good. Now Reason, come on.
Ooh, Reason's a very good shooter.
Reason is impossible. I mean, Ramari's a tanker, usually, so good on him for getting those shots in.
He got a few. He definitely took out a few squad leads. Soul Raver dropped there. That's going to stall the Axis, but the Allies are winning this camp race right now. 53 minutes to go, about 70% onto 80 network. You know what? They do enough, and I don't see how the Axis can come back into this one. It's Valley flanking off the backside. That's not going to hit it soon enough. You need the Panther to rush into point and start smacking faces and sacrificing himself. Looks like we're going to see a bombing run, but I think it's going to be too little too late. We'll see, though. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly. Not enough in the end. 3-2 for the Allies. How would you rate that cap onto the midpoint A network?
Yeah, really good. Like I said, they did exactly what they need to do. Get that control of that hill, then push down from the east, and they got some guys on the back road, so they just started destroying infrastructure everywhere. So that's garrisons, OPs kind of thing. Really good on their part. They really persisted with that meat grind. It can be frustrating when you're just spawning and dying, but you've really got to kind of push that. Plus, it stopped that back garrison at Bricord Battery, which could have really, if they hadn't already been on AA, they could have lost that.
All right, now taking a look at the map, as the Axis have now lost the midpoint here. As the Axis commander, what's going through your mind to kind of get back into the flow and maybe reset so you can attack A network?
So you really want to try and get your kind of line of garrisons going. So they've got 3 pretty good ones. I'd probably put another one east of, so like H7-ish, somewhere in there.
Oh, there's actually already a marker over here for it. You can see Charlie marker going up.
Yeah, and then probably one further west, maybe C or D, somewhere like Hugo's Farm or slightly north of there would be another one. Because again, you can push up into where Dugout would be. That's quite a strong play. From Hugo's into Dugout to try and take AA or at least get a red zone garrison going there.
Okay. You can see that there's a lot of follow-on forces here still coming back too. Their OPs are in the back line. And this is actually a pretty decent position, I think, for taking control of these grain fields and kind of getting control of half of the point if they can hold it. I know there is very good tank positions up on this east side over here for the Panther to hold, whether on the top of the hill up here or a little more advanced. Looks like the 76 though has the better here of the Panther for the second, the HLPL 76. There is also shots coming out from the flank onto another tank. The tank actually, does it go down? No, I think that's just the AT gun in front of the tank. Whew. Tank is heavily damaged though, so a second, I'm guessing Panther here, going to be involved in this one. Couldn't quite make out where it was. Just quickly check the map for that one. All right, it's going to be all the way back here. So Curdy, that's actually some nice gunning here from this Panther. He's so far back, but he knows the lane so well. He's actually going to just comfortably hold this angle right here. And I don't even know how he was picking out. I think it was a ping shot, honestly, through the trees.
Yeah, that can be a really strong play, especially with tankers who know really good positioning. That just comes with practice and time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of positioning here, this tank is in pretty good positioning to defend against these two rockets. Heron, Edline, Spayman, all kind of looking for the opportunity to maybe get a shot onto the side. Not going to happen for now, but they're going to exploit this grain field and keep pushing further down it. It'd be a huge play right here if the Allies could cut off the backside of this flank for the Axis, because right now the Axis do have decent control here, and they're putting a pretty decent amount of pressure onto the point. The Allies seem to be holding it right now. Is this the right play? Do you think that's the play right here? Pushing on the backside, flanking behind, trying to cut off the path straight into point?
Yeah, I mean, if you lose the cap and you've still got guys in the red zone, always use that to your advantage in terms of if you've got people behind. Because again, you can go in, you can kill the infrastructure that's there and make sure the point is already under pressure. They haven't got a chance to step out and try and hit your fourth point yet. They're still trying to gain control. It gives you the advantage.
Ooh. The Arc Panther right now getting into a duel with a 76 and winning. 76 going down. Look at that peak. Oh my gosh. Through like two bushes, 3 bushes. I mean, that's just one of those things as a tanker. It just amazes me each time I see them when they're able to pull out these insane peaks through multiple sets of bushes. And it just, yeah, like you said earlier, it's something that just comes with practice and time spent on these maps. Now with the 2 Panthers, this is looking not too bad. I'm not too sure if that third tank did end up going down. I don't think it did on the flank right here. No, so Circle 76 up and repaired again. A little bit out of the fight over here though, not going to be able to really do much to those 2 Panthers. And I honestly don't love to see that 176 push in for a fight alone. You saw how the Panthers rotated together here to support each other, where the 76 tried to pick a fight solo. I think that's a little rough, especially in this patch where the 76 is so overpowered compared to the Panthers. I feel like you really have to not group them right next to each other, but at least have them supporting each other. What do you think about that? Do you, as a commander, do you leave that up to the individual tankers? Do you kind of nudge them to try and support each other and play with each other there?
I mean, you always want your tanks to kind of riff off each other, especially in the way they move, the way they push. So you can have things like one's a bit more on the offense, where it's a bit more forward pushing, and then it's like, cool, I gotta repair, or I gotta take some time to look at the map. You can kind of rotate them out from each other, and it means there's always that forward pressure from both tanks. No one's gonna want to come and take them on because they're looking out for each other.
Mm-hmm. Axis doing a really good job. It looked for a moment there like the Allies were gonna cut off the lines here, but Axis keeping the pressure up, maintaining control of the east side, losing a little bit on the back of the point. So the attack is more or less focused here, kind of through this wheat field, and you can see how artillery is maybe looking to soften the push up for TL to possibly push in here. we do have a POV of Yohi from Crayon Munchers. Looks like he's on an MG right now doing some defending. So we're going to hop over. I don't even know where he is right now. Oh, let's hop on the POV and check it out. Looks like MG. Oh, he's playing MG42. That's my bad. I have the graphic completely wrong for that one. He said before the game that he was going to be playing Axis, but he's actually on Allies. Anyways, let's get on the POV. Just disregard the little thing at the bottom right there.
We lose it.
There's
On top of my body.
Alright then, I just got killed.
Yeah, he's camping.
Yeah, he's gonna run for it. I saw you spawn in.
Okay, he's down.
All right, never mind. See, that's karma right there. You tell me the wrong team that you're going to be on, you get dropped right away. All right,
So,
let's... Oh, go ahead.
I had a look at the stats just now.
Yeah.
While we had a break quickly. So I'm guessing Kendrick's on the arty. He's at 143 kills, top of the board.
Holy smokes! You're sure those aren't team kills?
Ooh, let's have a look. Team only 9. Only 9.
Yeah. So, not only apparently everyone just decided to play on the wrong team today, because Rafi is playing Allies, and he said he was playing Axis. So
Or maybe they didn't double flip.
I guess so. I don't know. Everyone's on the wrong team today. It seems like. No, Curdy's on the right team. Just rather weird. Anywho, screw it. It's all good. Who's the next? Who's the highest top fragger for infantry weapons? Let's check that out.
I think it's Sirius. I think Sirius is
Serious,
Recon.
yes. Damn, top fragging recon. As a medium goes down here, the red medium going down. Was that a right onto a garrison here? Interesting. That tank is done for. Sirius over here is going to be the sniper. How many kills does he have on this recon right here?
53.
53. Sirius
Yep.
on the ally, not even the FG42. So that's some skill right there in it. Did I just say in it? Oh my god. Oh my god. The terrible British slang. Is that the proper use of it, by the way? Is that how you use it properly?
Sure. I don't really use it myself.
Speaking of using it, finally we're seeing a Airhead come out. It's going to be dropped straight on a black shooter. Now, I don't know if we'll see a bombing run or accompanying some smoke rounds, maybe a few rounds from the artillery. As a commander, now this is one of my pet peeves. I never will drop an Airhead without at least dropping smoke and HE around it.
I think it's one of those things. Smoke will always be useful to kind of cover it, especially if you smoke the point. If somewhere like PS Farm, for instance, that's quite a small condensed point, you could drop loads of smoke on it, and then an Airhead, and the guys on the point will never see it coming.
Yeah, exactly. But why just drop an Airhead there in that situation? With
Can make the
nothing.
team freak out a bit. You know, they go, "Oh no, there's an Airhead. I got to deal with it." People get pulled off the line.
Commander walked 2 seconds. I feel like it's just a waste almost if you don't try and at least give a chance for it to succeed. Because if there was an HE that dropped right there, that Airhead would have gone live and they probably would have taken the point.
I think it's also a bet. Some people just go, "Well, I don't think anybody's here," or they couldn't get to it in time, for instance. So they take the bet that no one's going to be there.
I almost feel like it's like even a waste of my time to even attempt it if I don't drop, or at least have like recon there, to support it. I don't know. That's just me though. I will not drop an Airhead with nobody there unless I know for a fact that nobody's there. But even then, it's like I just feel bad. I feel like I'm wasting almost.
I mean, it's 400 manpower, so it's not insignificant.
No, it's not at all. Speaking of okay, manpower here, Panda gonna hop out and take down. He wasn't an assault. He was just going for a ride, folks. Genghis Khan and Panda clearing the tank off.
It's definitely a moment when you notice someone's on your tank. You're like, oh, satchel.
Yeah. And I would love to see them change the model to not be able to place it inside the gas tanks and inside the tracks and stuff. You have to place it like on a flat surface. The other day I was watching, and one of the satchels was placed in a position. This is Corp versus STDB, where the commander literally could not defuse it. It was inside the tracks, and he couldn't get to the same position to get it. And it was just like, oh well, yeah, we're done for now. No satchel on that one though. I'm surprised we didn't see maybe a precision strike. I don't think he was riding it for long enough to maybe be command. I can't even speak right now. Be marked out for it. Let's just say that. 276s up here. HLLPL. Both of them marked out fairly quickly. But they're not playing together again. Like if we take a look at the map, neither are the Panthers though. So both teams kind of using their 76s differently here. Now the attack is heating up a little bit. You can see possibly going for a 2 cap on this one. Axis with a garrison in the deep red. Also with a few airhead. Oh, one airhead and a few OPs up. What do you think about this this play brewing here from the Axis side?
Definitely a good one. At least where they're dropping the airhead, they've actually got infantry there to defend it. And they're using their own tactics against them. Get into gardens, push from gardens, take that hillside. Again, it's just the same kind of micro plays around AA network that I really like.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm sold on the airhead positioning here. I feel like if I'm ever going to drop an airhead, I never will drop it with a open field between it and the point. I feel like that's just way too much ground to cover. And the people that spawn on airheads, I feel like I got to give them either really close to point or a straight shot in cover, because they're going to just end up running through an open field and it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I mean, I want to put it maybe slightly further east in the wheat field, because you've still got infantry there to defend it, but it's more difficult to see. I mean, behind the house there might be alright again. It would protect from those kind of AT shots, just like kind of did then.
Unfortunately, though, there is a tank in defense. And does Valley actually run straight by that Gary? I can't believe that it did. Alex is going to have a shot at it right here as the engineer class. Maybe it's marked out already. I don't see any markers. Alex is going to get a few shots there. Should be able to easily see those supplies in the field right here. And communication not working out too well for the Allies as 2 get taken down. Smoker not even realizing what's going on. Alex is going to have an easy take here onto this garrison. Is he going to put a satchel down? No, just reloading there. Going to go for the hand take onto the Gary. Okay. Be really cheeky if you had a satchel, placed it, took out the supplies and just waited. Go for like a 20 kill satchel or something on the redeploy.
They're definitely cool moments when you can catch them.
So Airhead gets destroyed right away here. Axis really kind of just flirting with a little bit of cap progress right now. We're really not getting anything to their name though. Athens actually coming on the backside here in echoes of an earlier play from Greyhound's Alex. Maybe looking to clear out. Is he really trying to shoot somebody with a trench shotgun from 150 meters away?
I mean, if you're good with them, they can be devastating.
That's a little much, though. Close to an OP here. Could be devastating for the Axis side. There's one OP down. Nice kind of clearing. This is what I love to see from defenders. And it kind of is the established meta now for defending. Of course, coming from behind the attack, making them defend on 2 sides, and ultimately overwhelming them from the backside to take out what spawns they have. So it's nice to see Athens kind of employing those tactics. He's clearing a little close though, so he's not going to get that garrison. I do like that garrison placement. That garrison should go live very soon as Athens clears off of it. Little sneaky, cheeky mine there. Like that placement too. That's got to be so frustrating if you're the attacker coming back onto point from that, running into one of those. Ooh, he's going to go for the satchel play here. Okay. Goes for the satchel plant. Potato's his first shot. Doesn't Potato his next 2. Beautiful takedowns there. Satchel not going to be necessary in the end. Timmy Lee going to get the takedown, but the squad leader's already gone and the OP is crushed. It's going to be a hard reset here for the Axis. They're going to have to go all the way back over here to Siege. And I bet that one of these guys is just going to run into that AP mine when they're trying to get back onto that position too. Oh no, Timmy Lee's down. The satchel gets the revenge kill. That's a martyrdom there. COD perk activated.
Nice one, Athens. Well done.
But at the same time, look, frontline has collapsed here. Big respawn wave from the west side. We'll see what Soul Raver can do to this one. To Chang doing his best Rambo impression right there with the MG from the hip.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays it cool like he normally does, he'll be quite, well, normally.
Soul Raver, just could not he could not have his moment there. Doesn't get a few frags. Artillery zoned in right now. Reason on the backside with a really nice position. Drops 2. Not enough bodies on point. Winston also dropping bodies too. Just not enough. Only 3 from the squad. It kind of irks me. I know these DC shooters are good, but if they would have had 6 players there, full squad rotation, what could they have done? Bombing run going to drop in. That should be able to take out the Gary over here. From the allies. Definitely did. If it didn't, I mean, the game's got a problem. Yeah, I don't see a Gary anywhere there. Finally getting some reinforcements here from the southeast. Secret gonna pull up. Kind of wondering where the rest of this Axis team is right now. The TL squad's there. They're not really pressuring. Oh my god. Artillery
on that garrison.
Oh, look at the bodies. The second shot. Now, please stop. Kendrick, stop with the arty. Of course, Timmy Lee's going to get team killed right here. Did he get team killed or taken out? I don't see anybody. From who, though? A friendly? There's nobody that could have made that shot right there. Maybe the tank on the right side? Rocket arty. Where is that? Where? Okay. Okay. Did green light have like a twitch there or something? What was he shooting at? Artie drops again, just clearing house on point right here. What do you do if you're spawning in there? How do you get rid of that? Is it your squad leads up to your squad leads to get an OP up from another spawn?
That's a pretty good play. It's probably in your best interest because once the arty's on that, unless you kill the arty, it's not going to let go. Especially once it knows where the garrison is and they start getting kills, they'll never leave.
If you're the TL squad lead here, are you mad at what in the heck is going on? Where is he sending those rockets and why is he not trying to take out the garrison with them? Is that a moment where you start to yell again?
I don't really yell. I don't really yell in games. I'm all right.
It seems like Greenlight has supplies right there. He's gonna actually redeploy. We'll see if Timmy Lee can make this one the second time's a charm. Oh no. Kendrick racks up another kill with the artillery. But is that Kendrick's fault really? Is it?
He's gone up from 165 to 180 kills, so...
Oh my god, another spawn wave. In that situation, though, I want my AT to be hitting that garrison. I feel like he could have just jumped up onto maybe the boxes over here and sniped that Gary out. I don't know what's with the long kind of rocket snipes. Now, while that's happening here, the Axis, the pure suppression of the Gary, I mean, look at this position from the Axis on point. This is... it's got to be in the bag right now. You'd have to figure. Uh-oh. Soldad with the satchel down. 76. Oh, Soldad actually gets run over. Bartini's going to hop out. Gets clapped by Alex. Second satchel going to come out.
Time for the dance.
That's a kill secured right there. First one's going to time out and down goes the 76. That's just... it's hard to see. There's no friendlies on point, no infantry there. The Axis are going to take this one 3-2. Now checking out the map. What can they do? I mean, Siege is on point here at Bricord Battery. This could be pretty devastating, especially if there's a possibility of an airhead, maybe a garrison.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a full reset now, really, isn't it? They're going to have cap pressure on Bricord Battery now, and they've obviously taken the mid cap, so they got to get back fast. You probably see a huge spawn on the garrison at some point.
Checking the map right now, no garrisons up for the Axis, just 2 OPs. There's a Gary on the backside that's old that only one spawn gets in on. Unfortunate there, Reese is going to go down. Now looking at the point, we can see, well, just see OPs. I don't see the Gary. Do you see a Gary anywhere?
No.
That's very sketchy. I mean, the second spawn in from the circle does go down also. There's some shots coming from the backside from the Crayon Munchers. They're not going to get a whole lot, though. So kind of lucky, honestly, if I'm the Allies. Now, Rafi on the backside is going to pull up. Does he get the Gary? No, he completely bypassed it. Oh, the power of the field Gary is that such that you cannot see it.
Oh, supply truck.
Yeah, they don't see it, though. They have no idea where it is.
I think I missed the garrisons next to each other.
This has happened before. I love when this happens. Why is he backing up? Athens, what are you doing? That's perfect spot. Needs to be perfect. Oh, he gets clapped instantly as he gets out of that truck there. Oh, no. So the garrison is assumed to be gone. It doesn't get cleared. LJT stays to defend it and is now going to get the at least one supply for free. Now, oh, there is a second Gary. Wait, what?
They got one up.
They did. Okay,
Brilliant.
That's very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if that other garrison just does not get found out, honestly. We'll have to wait and see. I think with rear defense, it will never go alive. It probably will never have a chance to go alive. I mean, Truma's probably going to camp on the backside here.
I mean, with the garrison so close, it'll be locked out until they destroy that garrison. Oh,
it's live.
Must be a good, decent. Yeah.
Oh, no. It's going to go hot again, though. Athens spawns in immediately, goes hot. Now, he knows something's up. Let's go on board with Athens here and see if he can find this Gary. Going to go for AP mines in the field. Oh, that would be horrible to run into. LJT going to crush the supplies. Athens, I think, might have just spotted out the Gary right here. Yeah. Oh, no, he gets killed again.
Rough.
Precision strike used a little further in field here. Don't know if it actually got anything. That was a Stuka. No, it's going to miss on the 76. What I'm more interested in finding out, though, we're going all over the place right here, is if this spawn wave is going to come in. I mean, it's live. Again, oh, I'm hoping there's like 15 people queued up to spawn here.
Well, that's what you want.
Timmy Lee comes in. They have no clue the Gary's over there, though. Surely LJT would have been able to see the garrison from the top of the truck over here. He was like on the roof of the truck.
Maybe not. It's far away.
Nope. No shot. Oh my gosh.
This is where you want to be kind of like, if your position on artillery, on AA battery, sorry, would be strong right now, this is where you want to be telling your guys, right, send your dead, spawn that garrison, really kind of like kick it up a notch. Oh
no, here we go. 2 more squad leaders come in, a total of 3. That is really dangerous. Siege is also beelining it for this Gary over here. Feel like he knows something we don't. Now, there was an AP mine put, I feel like somewhere around here. If that takes out Siege in the middle of a field, I'd probably alt F4 at that point. He's going to put an OP down.
Yeah, he might hear this now.
Oh, he's definitely has to hear this, Gary.
Yeah,
there we go. Oh my God. I feel bad for the Allies right now. I feel so bad for the Allies. Although it's not the first time I've seen this happen before. I've seen this happen, many times where both teams will miss the Garys and it just comes down to chance that someone runs over it here in the field. So as the Axis here, do you look to redeploy a significant force onto the backside here and gain that backside control? Are you going to try
Yeah, you definitely want to at least find out what's going on. That's why I said, if you've got, just tell your SLs, like if you have dead, send them on that garrison while it's open and just force guys in. Because even if they die and that garrison gets overrun, it means they have to pull people back to that point and you can move your front line forward.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty decent position shaping up here. Medium tank coming out. Fuel, not an issue for the Axis, but for some reason they're spawning mediums instead of Panthers. Maybe a little suicide run going to come in here. Possibly we could flank over and find out. Not too sure what they're doing over here with this one. There's nothing over there. Oh, actually, you know what? That might have been a 76 that got precision striked over here. I didn't see it originally, but I don't remember there being a down one right there. For the Axis, though, I mean, they have control. I mean, partial control here over Gardens. This is kind of weird to see as the allies will push to mid. It's like back-to-back fighting almost. Neither team's really flanking to take out the others. Now, Blehat actually is making that move right now. With the garrison marked, looks like he took out an OP or some supplies right on top of the Gary. Oh, gets two. Can he get the Gary? Should be able to right here. That's a huge play from Blehat, and I do believe he got the supplies first, so that is not going to be able to be replaced. He goes down. It doesn't matter. Really nice play here from Blehat. And now you got to think that this is kind of the Axis game to lose here. 25 minutes. They're making cap progress now. Nobody on the strong point, but they have kind of a surround right now, a three-way surround onto the point.
Yeah, if they can protect that garrison, could be huge for them.
Even though they have the rear position here, it's hard. Attacking the point from the backside is super hard too, because there's just these open fields. Kind of what I was talking about. I forgot the name of Bricord Battery before when we were pre-game, but it's just so hard to attack this point. There's so many open fields that it's very easy to pick people off and kind of bush camp on either side of the point here. What I'd love to see desperately is a move to try and gain position over to where I think Siege was originally here with this orchard. This is kind of the closest cover you have to point, but I don't think any of that's going to happen until the tank fights kind of shift over this way and the Axis gets some tank control on the other side of the map. Right now, seems like a concentration over here on the defensive, using a medium and a heavy, not even two Panthers.
If they can keep the spawns up in Gardens, they'll eventually squeeze them out in that gap that's going on there. And without that, they're, that's pretty much game, done for, really.
So got quite a few squads over here now. It looks like Echo is losing position and maybe even Siege on the backside. The garrison finally does go down. Mr. Sane now pushing up. Now, the ARC squad of Blehat here is holding on the perimeter, but they haven't secured this. Now, I think we'll see this medium try and push in maybe over on OPs. And once this falls, I think you'll see an attack coming from both sides, kind of like you talked about earlier, from the left and the right roads coming into Bricord here. And this stalling action is just kind of trying to be a nuisance on the backside.
Yeah, like I said, maybe they could overstack those OPs, get a bunch of guys in on the backside, on the back end, on the north side. Because even if they die and they lose their spawns again, you'll still lose people from the front line going back to defend those areas.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can definitely use that to your advantage to push your front line even more.
We are quickly going to join in with Curdy here. Right on the front lines, trying to root out the Gardens here and secure it for the Axis team. Let's hop on board. All right, back on to Bricord here, and yeah, your prophecy is coming true, Monarch, here with a surround coming down and presence on point. What can the Allies do to stop this? Is there anything they can do really at this point?
Probably get a big spawn on their main garrison if it's still there, but I don't think so. So if you
There
have,
it is. Yeah, the main garrison's a little further off point than we would have liked, I
Yeah.
think.
your peripheral garrisons are important, not just because they help you get back onto the point once you're starting to lose it, but also they act as your radar, so you can tell when people are near it, walking past it. But it's so important to have many. What was it, the medium?
Yeah, Panzer IV decided that it was not for this world anymore on the flank. Clearly spotted out by the Allies, so that at least they have their marking things. That's a positive, I guess. But 76 on point here, not able to kind of do anything to help out the war effort right now, unfortunately.
Tough situation to be in. If they can push down that road and clear that mid-center, yeah.
Ooh, bombing run, nice bombing run here. Cap progress has stopped. Not enough bodies on point. This is going to be a really key moment for the match right here. Can the Axis respawn and retake this point, or are the Allies going to hold?
Yeah, Mix going in, Athens, good shooters. Truma, I think you just got it done.
Sopranos on the backside, though, with the MG. In a very good spot on top here. Oh my god, Mick and Athens just got lit up by that MG42.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Ghost Recon does make it into the trench here. I don't know if he was able to get an OP up, but... I mean, decent momentary holds here. It's really going to be up to those secondary forces to get onto point and to help out. Oh, Reason with the takedown finally. Ghost Recon with a bunch of takedowns. Friel is going to pop on to point 2. Now, how many can he get? I mean, really good job so far of holding this one. And I don't think any of those allied squad leaders actually got OPs on the point. Frail's going to be the first one. Smart decision right here.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
I think
actually
they've
gonna
got supplies as well, slightly
Yeah.
outside of that camera area. So they can get the garrison down, that might save them.
I mean, they have completely negated this cap progress here, and good shooting. And just if you look on the field, where's one person in a bush for the Axis could have stopped that whole push across the field? Soul Raver trying to stand on his head right now. Not going to be able to. Good shooting here from the defending allies. Ramari also coming for the surround from the east side.
Yeah, they're using all the correct avenues. I mean, sometimes with the field runs, some people don't expect them, so you can just about sneak across the field.
OP goes down here. Soul Raver. Oh no, it's still up. Okay, so Soul Raver up here with the OP. However, that's going to go down very soon. Truma pushing in commander for the allies.
Got some DC on DC action going on.
Oh yeah. Can hear the ricochets from a tank. Oh, Soul Raver's pitch perfect with those shots. And he saves the OP, keeps this up as the 76 goes down in the background. Garrison is up for the Allies. Bombing run going to drop on the backside here. Not going to hit a whole lot right now. DC on DC action. Like you said, the Garrison is up though. This is a 50-50 fight for point right now. We'll see who comes out on top. Who you calling right now? Do you think this is an Axis point?
I think it's really tough to say. If they can get the northern garrisons up, stick them there, stay there, get big spawn ways off them, then yeah, they got a good chance.
Mick Jordan defending well here. Unfortunately, Winston's going to know about that one, and that, is marked out right away. That Sastral's going to come in the trench there, about 10 feet away from where Mick will be able to actually take him out. So hopefully you can get some reinforcements on point right here. Reason, no nonsense. He's going to come over the top and just first time that Garrison. Ooh. Unfortunately, he hits a bush. Does get taken out. Very, very tough situation right here. Hellbro coming in from the opposite side. Can he get the OP? Respawn comes onto the Gary right here. Hellbro's so close. He gets taken out. Nice Artie coming in from the Allies and some nice nades here. Holding position for now. Mick's going to go over the top. Oh, he just cannot get the OP. Neither side coming out on top here. This is a really good fight for the point. Reason's going to try again with that bazooka. Oh, beautiful shot from Reason. Down goes the Garrison. DC from the Axis is going to come out on top in this fight. What a fight here for the 4th point.
Yeah, super intense. They don't seem to be coming from the north anymore. Are they, how's AA looking?
Yeah, looking back on AA, the Allies actually have 50% control while we're watching that fight. Kind of crazy to see. Oh, an even bigger fight going on AA right now, which the Allies are winning themselves. However, I mean, do the Axis have? Let's take a look at the map. The reinforce is down. About 50, almost 1/3 left in this reinforce. They just need to get bodies onto the strong cap here to reinforce that point. Nobody's really pushing up. Mythbusters, Grumpy, this HLPL squad has to be running for that midpoint to try and stall. It's really up to Alex right now to save this point here. He's not going to be able to. Easy peasy, going to get the takedown. And I think the Allies might have just pulled a rabbit out of the hat here with 14 minutes to go. Wow. Such good fighting on the 4th point from that DC squad against superior numbers to take out the Gary. And honestly, it's not even going to matter here. We're going to go back to 3-2 for the Allies.
Yeah, rough play. But good on the Allies for deciding to take that chance, push for the mid cap. Sometimes it's worth that, it's worth taking that bet of my team can take this point, and you just leave the defensive point.
Exactly. And it's just odd because that was the only squad that was on for the whole time. And for there not to be enough people on the defense, you kind of have to be wondering where the rest of the team was. That DC squad pretty much solo capped the point. I mean, I'm not going to give them all the credit, but it was pretty much like, 90-10, I think. They were the only ones on point. So you got to wonder where the rest of the squad was. Now with 13 minutes to go, yeah, I don't know. What do you do with the Axis? Do you just completely deflate it on this one? You've used your reinforce. You've used a lot of that effort and manpower and positioning to get onto Bricord. You've lost the midpoint while it's happening. It looks like they're going to be yeeting in. Timmy Lee, solo recon, an Arc Panther into this one. Ooh.
Yeah, they've still got their garrisons up, and they've got a red zone Gary in the west, so they should really be using that to their advantage. Push down the roads and the avenues straight into so gardens. That's a really strong play. Getting control of that.
Spayman not having too much luck with the grease gun, unfortunately. Not a very good gun. He's gonna have a satchel though. I wonder if he's already used it. Oh, Mr. Sane. Was that him? No, that was from the backside DC squad. So pressure going to be coming in from the back. A Garrison going down. Seems like a massive tidal wave of blue right here. If I'm a machine gunner, I'm going to want to get up on one of these house roofs right here and wait for the whole squad to come into view and just mow them down. I think that's what the Panther has in mind too. This probably is going to be a recap for the Axis. The position is so strong. They have the Panther on this side. The Allies really need to get some bodies over here. And I can see Tango there. Zerki also Sirius in the mix too. Rafi's there too, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Artillery dropping 2 to soften up the targets a little bit. Tango's going to be pushing out. I don't know quite where his OP is. He goes down though. And as quick as the Allies cap this one, they might be under some significant pressure here from the backside. Oh, there's the OP. So in the middle of the town, now Artie dropping. Gonna clear 1 or 2 of the squad. The infantry cleans up the rest. Now hopefully that's the last round here. Kendrick, notorious for team killing Artie. Almost gets a team kill right there.
Do you want to know how many kills he's on now?
230.
211.
Not quite. I'm sure we'll get to 230 at the end of this one. Who's the highest FPS fragger out of this one?
Let's have a look. Just reload the page. So after Kendrick, we're looking at Sirius again, still 96.
Jeez.
Then we got Inferno from TL, 67.
Yeah, expect
Reasons on 66.
Expect it. Sirius with 96 though. Is you sure he wasn't on the
96.
Arty for a little bit?
Not sure.
He's
Let's have a
popping
look.
off. My gosh.
Nope, 95 kills with the Springfield, one
Whew.
with the Colt M1911.
Oh, one little pistol kill. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be a two-pronged attack here. You can see the gearing up for this from the backside. This should be a very easy attack, especially if these troops kind of on the east can rotate in to the middle here and force the point. It's 10 minutes to go. You don't really have to worry too much about losing the point after you take it. You just kind of have to stuff the bodies in for the end here. And I think the Axis should be okay for this one. They're not really reinforcing or getting position, though, on this town like I expected them to after they pushed in. But their control on the backside is very nice here. So, ooh, Puma going for some crazy plays on the flank right here. Timmy Lee alone in that one. Don't know why you wouldn't at least have a gunner in that. I can understand, like, maybe on, like, you know, on Utah Beach WN7 as Axis, maybe having a one-man pull up and support the attack at the start. But at the end here, you know, you're so limited in what you can do. And there isn't really that many great peaks, I don't think, onto the point itself to one minute. I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion in the end, but we'll see if it, well, no, it's not going to work out. He gets taken out by Hailron. So kind of a waste of resources and time there driving around the backside of point. Mr. Sane, though, heating up here with a few frags before going down with the circle squad. Soldad going to follow up with the satchel. Now, where is this garrison on point? It's not here. Some smoke coming out. Not too sure if that's defensive or offensive smoke. There's the garrison on point. Not too sure why you drop smoke too for whatever this is, but you don't drop it for, say, an airhead play. Now, speaking of airheads, what do you think about one from the Axis just into that wheat field on the left of your screen right now?
Definitely brave. I think it could be a strong play, but I think you definitely need your infantry there to defend it.
Satchel going out here from Alex. Oh, just... I don't hate that satchel placement, but I feel like if he maybe would have risked it for the biscuit, he could have gone it further in. But still, now he went down anyway, so that's going to take it a fair few. I don't think this will get to Gary. If it does, I mean, the satchels will be the most OP thing ever.
Yeah, if it takes everybody in the house, that's just to the Axis advantage right now.
Yeah, exactly. Bombing run drops behind the camera right now. Oh, gets everyone but big spawn wave. So that's going to be a defensive bombing run. Nice defensive action here from the Allies. This is where the Axis need to really rotate onto their front line and push in. Airhead, the back side of this on the south side and push as hard as you can.
Yeah, it's important to make those like big plays. You don't want to be doing it 3 minutes to the end, you know?
Satchel going out from Soldad. Soldad going to push into the garrison. Winters is defending in the corner. Oh, nice defense there from Winters. Soldad not expecting that tight angle. Next time he won't make the same mistake. However, big spawn wave coming in. That Satchel's about to blow. How many kills is it going to get here? At least 2, 3, maybe even 4. Oh my gosh, even more. Everybody goes down. Soprano's got to push. Siege is going to go in. It's just a never-ending chain of satchels. Oh my. Oh, if I'm the Allies right now, I'm so frustrated at this. Every time you spawn in, a satchel goes off. But you know what? The Axis really isn't getting a whole lot with it. Now, finally here, Siege is going to put... I'm not going to put the satchel out. Bombing run going to come in. Now, are they going to use this one for the garrison here? Oh, yeah, this is going to be a beautiful bombing run. Everybody gets annihilated on the point. Down goes the garrison with 6 minutes to go. What do you think? Is this the
That was
game for the
amazing
Axis?
placement.
Oh,
That could not have been a better bombing run.
I don't think it could have either. Is this the Axis's game? I mean, 6 minutes to go, 2 minutes to start capping. The Allies will have 4 minutes to come back at this one. No garrison on point, no OPs in the back trench.
I mean, what you really want from this now is when you cap the point, you want to get supplies down straight away. You want a garrison as soon as the sector goes blue. Probably 2 if you can. You can get 2 in this point if you get 1 on the hill in the west, and then a garrison like southeast near the buildings, actually on the point. That would give you a really strong base to defend from.
Cap progress still not coming out yet, just due to the amount of the Allies in sector right now. There is a thin line of lemmings, you know, following each other into point right here, but really not the bodies that are needed to cap this. 76 pulls up to defend. DC's trying to hold on the west side, so even though that was probably one of the nicest bombing runs we've seen in a while, they're really not making a whole lot out of this one. I mean, you still have Axis way on the flank over here. You gotta wonder, oh, I guess they redeployed. You gotta wonder what's going on. Why aren't they pushing in together? This might still be the Allies' game to lose here, actually. Crazy. Also, artillery dropping on the backside, eating through those numbers on point. Now, do you think an airhead should have come down with that? Maybe. I don't know if there's a ability for one right now.
No.
Yeah, manpower munitions very low. Only 250 fuel also. Oh, that's really unfortunate not having that. You can see there's a Lux coming in to try and win this one, but I think the Allies have done enough to hold on to it here.
Yeah, they made a big play for Gardens and then pushed in from that eastern road of AA. Good plays.
The Axis...
So there's a huge amount of Axis there. If they could just like keep that push going, they'd push them off.
I mean, the Allies just now are taking the village on the west side, pushing from Gardens. DC's been holding on against 1 to 2 squads for a while now. The 76 on the back of point is just absolutely hammering here. ARC, DC all pushing in, HCD all pushing into the side of this one here to the west, into the side of the Axis push. So even though the Axis are trying to push forward onto point, they're having to fight as they make their way to point. The artillery dropping. I mean, it's just combined arms effort here to keep the Axis out of point. They still have 1:54 to go in this one, but with the Allies taking over on the west side, I don't know if that single squad's going to be enough if a redeploy comes in. And checking the map again, you can see how far back the garrison is. They actually lose the Lux going into point right here. A second medium's going to try to force the issue, but I think the Allies have done enough on this one. What an amazing fight for this last point, and probably one of the best ARC arenas we've ever had on the channel in terms of just raw action coming out.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire this game, I feel.
Takedowns getting traded back and forth here. Breakpoint on the backside. Smoker there. He's going to make a push through. Maybe a little bit of control here onto the strong point. But the Axis, as soon as they get that control, they lose it almost right away. They really need to get those OPs closer to point and try and get those rotations into the squad here. Persistent strike on the backside, going to take out that decrewed Lux, I believe. As Panzer IV yeets into point right here, trying to force the issues. He's getting pushed from all sides by AT, though. Pashan, Pang, I saw in there.
Oof. Good side shot, but I think it bounced a bit there.
Ooh. The 76 dodges a precision strike. Winston going for the satchel right here. Going to take out Puig. Now a run out needs to happen from the commander of this 76. 2 minutes to go. 20 seconds. 18 seconds to start capping. No, Winston's going to miss the satchel. That 76 is going to run straight into point. And the Allies with 11 seconds to go. I mean, they just need to hold on for a little bit longer here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cap progress has started. Okay, now the Axis need to have this uninterrupted cap progress. Oh, don't know if they're going to be able to get it there. No, it falls back down again. It's going to be really close. I don't think they maintain that for long enough. They're also getting capped on their 4th point too. Damn, that's rough. As a commander, as a competitive player, would you like to see overtime if there's uninterrupted cap progress at the end of the game?
Oh yeah, you know, in offensive modes, when you have enough, when you use your manpower to basically try and keep going through the time, I think that'd be really cool because it's only adding like what, maybe a minute to your game.
Exactly. I don't even necessarily agree with using manpower. I think that unless a team has outright capped the point 100%, I would love to see the game continue in an like sudden death overtime until one team has 100% capped out the point. That would really allow for some insane gameplay at the end of the games. Speaking of insane gameplay, one of those 76s does go down finally here. But this one's going to end with the Allies taking it 3-2 at the end of this one. What a game. Just initial thoughts from you, Monarch. How did you see this one at the end? How'd you like it?
Really good, actually. Like, one of the things I enjoy about these kinds of events, so like Ark or Greyhounds or whoever, is you get to see so many really cool plays from some top tier clans. So, you know, they're not trying to hide anything. They know how to make the plays and know where to go, what to do. I think just really, really exciting to see.
Yeah, it was a really good game, honestly. Overall, you got a little bit of everything in there: some tanking, some infantry play, some flanking. As the whoops, I don't know quite what that Panther was doing, but doing something there. Yeah. So 3-2 is the score. The Allies gonna win. Let's go back here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So in terms of overall kills, I guess Kendrick's gonna win that one. Did he win in team kills and in arty kills, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he did. So 240 kills.
Wow, beat my estimates by 10. Jeez.
16 team kills. Pretty good,
16,
actually.
not bad, not bad. Need to up those numbers for next time, Kendrick. In terms of I'm guessing Sirius held on to that mantle. Did he break 100?
Oh yeah, 108.
108. Ooh, nice. With the sniper, the American nonetheless. Usually you see that on the the FG42 on the Axis side. I don't often see it with the Springfield, so that's nice to see him going off on that one. Would you give the MVP to the highest killer, or was there somebody you saw that stood out in that game that really really kept the game going for either team, the Axis or the Allies?
Ooh, tricky question. Who would I give MVP to? I think. Ooh, you got me. I don't know.
All right, I'll go first. So you think about it. For me, I think the DC squad on the 4th point, even though they didn't take that, they stood on their heads. They defended that. I mean, multiple times. Soul Raver getting 1, 2, even 3 takedowns. Reason was there. A beautiful shot with the bazooka to take out the garrison, just to maintain on point. It's so hard when you're facing more enemies to hold on to that one and outplay them. So my hat goes off to them. And then all for the Allies side, the Axis commander, first of all, that was a beautiful bombing run. I don't think I've seen a bombing run like that in a while.
100%.
That was beautiful. It brings me back to like squad line battles like a year ago almost, when a full team respawned on Mount Halei and they just got immediately bombing run. That was beautiful. I'm shocked almost that the Axis couldn't take advantage of that. Before first give your MVP and then we'll go into that though. I'm getting off topic here. So who for you who was the MVP of that one?
I think I'm going to agree with you about that DC squad. I think DC squad, and I think Siege as well was there trying to hold that point, especially Siege, because he was there on that 4th point for a really long time.
Yeah.
You know, he destroyed the back garrison. You know, they did really well. Allies, yeah, agreed. I can't think of anything else. So yeah, definitely agree with your MVP picks.
Cool. What was I saying before that? I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, about the last play there. So beautiful bombing run comes in, lots of pressure from the backside. DC Soul Raver squad, by the way, not only standing on his head on the attack on the 4th, but on that west side there in that village. I don't know how many Allied squads were pushing there, but they held that for as long as they could. So props to them there too. They were it was like 300 and they were just holding back the hordes of Allies coming over the hill. It didn't work out though. What was the main reason there? Was it, in your opinion, was it the lack of OPs close to point? Was the garrison too far away? In your mind, what kind of undid the attack there for the Axis?
I just think they just didn't quite have the pressure there. You could see them all running in and lining up on that single hedge. I think if they managed to branch out a little bit, maybe like wrap them and just squeeze them out at the point, they might have stood a better chance than all kind of being on the same hedge line pushing forward. Probably would have helped. And obviously keeping control of gardens and that hilltop on the west side, again, really, really important points for getting into the AA and keeping a hold of it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for the Axis. I don't. It was such a beautiful bombing run that I almost expected it to go back their way. I expected them to take the point back. They got pretty far in the cap progress, not enough in the end. But overall, I think it was a really good game. I think we saw some pretty cool action. Not a lot of the POVs that I was expecting. I don't know why you tell me you're playing for one team and then come up on the other team for the POVs, but I guess that's just the way it is. First of all, how did you enjoy your first cast? You have fun?
Yeah, it's good fun. Nice to see from a bird's eye view for a whole game and actually be able to talk about it with somebody. It's cool.
Does it give you like a different perspective on the game? I know when you're playing, you're at ground level, you're staring at the wheat fields, you're looking at your map. What does it like kind of give a different idea about the way the maps are played? Any kind of different perspective gained from it?
I think so. I mean, I think it just goes to prove the stuff that you kind of theorize about or you practice in games when you watch it from above and you can see those plays actually working out the way that you kind of theorize they would. Feels good. Yeah,
it's a unique perspective for sure. Before we wrap up here, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody from Goth, from
Oh yeah, Goth guys signing up late. Actually coming in and trying to kick butt as much as they could.
Yeah, I didn't see them on the roster, so it was nice to see them in there too. We saw Athens, a few clips there. We saw the trench shotgun come out a little bit too.
Yeah, it's good. I think Tango was Tango Fuzzmeister was squad leading. So normally it's Athens, so it's nice to see them swapping up.
Yeah, they almost had that DC squad on the point there with the Garrison, getting that Garrison out. Just too bad.
Yeah, Soul Raver though, he just plays it super cool. Very chill mindset, just absolutely wipe the floor with everybody.
I mean, it wasn't just Soul Raver. We can give him the credit he deserves, but I mean, Reason was in there.
Yeah,
and a
his
few
squad,
others too.
awesome.
His squad too. They're cracking heads for sure. Yeah, I think that's about it here. I want to thank you for joining me. It's been good fun. Hopefully, you can come back again sometime and cast if you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
You liked it, and yeah, we'll be back on the channel tomorrow with Greyhound night here too. Same time, 2:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central European. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, Monarch, and thank you to the viewers for hanging out with us today. We're going to sign off here, and yeah, we'll be back on the channel tomorrow. See you guys.